Alright, so as of posting this, Plague Dr. Igor should be in the game, and this is not the most exciting hero ever, but his ability is related to, well, obviously as you can see it, decreasing the energy cost of smoke bombs. And smoke bombs is one of my old favorite abilities in the game. The loadout for this used to be super fun and super strong back before 160s and me being a super high power level, but it falls off pretty heavily in the end game, and this is just kind of the classic build. You have Dim Makmari in the lead because her cooldown reduction is important for the smoke bomb if you're trying to spam it very often. And what used to happen was Infiltrator Ken used to have a very big range. Like that 186 was, I think, double that and happening in support. It was massive. You could cover almost an entire encampment. It was amazing. But he's still good in support even nowadays. Of course, we got Plague Doctor because I want to feature him in a video somehow because he's available and you can grab him. I don't think you should, and I'm about to show you why, but you know, I feel like that might have been able to be swapped for like Sarah Hotep, who reduces the energy cost of Dragon Slash, because let me do some math in a second. I'll show you why I want to do that. So we got Tail of the Dragon, because I want this to be an ability-based loadout. Oh yeah, we got the Ben's War Cry hyping up the Tail of the Dragon. Then we got Medicinal Fumes, which will be the healing in this build. Yeah, Beast isn't using coconuts. Mark the date on the calendar, although that happens pretty frequently. And Fuel for the Fallen, which will be, well, very important for energy generation. But even with the smoke bomb energy cost reduction, just count the energy here. 24 for the smoke bomb, 30 for the throwing stars, that's 54, and then Dragon Slash is 50. That is 104 energy to use all of my abilities. So we could grab the pylon for the energy bonus, which I think I'm going to have to if I'm going to use all my abilities as much as I can, but we could achieve the same effect if we just used Sarah Hotep, reducing the cost of Dragon Slash by, I believe, 30 or 75%. That's in the lead. That's 30% support. So if we wanted to spam all of our abilities as much as possible, it would figure that reducing the most expensive one would be the one you'd want to focus on. So typically I'd recommend in this exact same loadout, Dragon Slash reduction. But I wanted to make good use of Igor if that was even possible, so that's kind of what we're going with today. There are going to be some suggestions that I'm aware of where Deep Fog or whatever it is, the one where you heal yourself, this one, Sea Fog, where you get your shields full. I don't think that's super useful because your shields, every time I tried this, will go right back up to full and right back down. Medicinal Fumes is what's going to be keeping us alive, and I think that's what I'm going to stick with. So yeah, I'm just going to hop in game and give this a go. So a couple of things I wanted to mention that I didn't mention initially are, one, I'm not even sure what weapon to use. I'm just going to use something basic, like a Nocturno is fine. I'm sorry if not everybody has this, but I'm not trying to make a weapon showcase. Nocturno is just going to be fun. And I'm also queuing this in a Repair the Shelter. So typically, Repair the Shelter is not a mission I showcase in my 160s because, well, there aren't that many zombies when the defense begins. But Smoke Bomb's not going to carry in a Cat 4, and the other missions aren't that amazing today. So I'm just going to be queuing this in the Repair the Shelter, and hopefully I can find some encampments. But from the damage you just saw there, you can kind of see that it's actually kind of decent. Like, it's not as bad as it seems. You can walk into a crowd like this, and does it outpace a nurse? It better outpace a nurse. Oh, no. Well, this is why we have abilities, and you can use the Dragon Slash to finish stuff off. Smoke Bomb gets everything soft and buttery, so you can just throw the throwing stars, Dragon Slash again, and, you know, your weapon just finishes everything off. So that's where Smoke Bomb is a very active build. I don't think it's strong enough to be its sole damage. It doesn't even have a cooldown that would be supportive of that, but in my dreams, I've said this to Epic in the past, where in my dreams, one ability with a full loadout dedicated to it could be your only source of damage output. But that is not something that is possible right now. But I do believe if you're running around and you're willing to do some good damage, this isn't that bad. In fact, in the spirit of running an Outlander, I'm going to use a Crypt Build Ravager. Do I even have another one of these that I can craft? Because I'm going to need a second one. It'd be nice because I am using, not an Outlander, but a Ninja. So getting some melee damage in here would be fitting, although that is not that much. But yeah, we can just Dragon Slash into the crowd, pop the throwing star. That was an accident. I still have my keybinds on like 5 and 6, which is something that I'm still not 100% used to, but I think I'm going to get used to it throughout this game. Honestly, though, the energy usage from the Ravager is going to be nice and helped by having Fallen Love Ranger in support. He is my favorite hero for generating energy because every elimination just gives you more energy. So I'm going to look for a couple of blue glow so I can open up that energy pylon. Ooh, let's go for these ones as well. And hopefully that'll allow me to spam my abilities more often. Although if I'm patient like I am here, it shouldn't be... I was hoping the damage would go through the rock because it does go through walls. I was hoping that it would... help me with that. It does go through walls, right? Yeah, you can kind of see that's what I was going for, but apparently that range is a lot less than I was hoping for. Hopefully if I wait, the energy generation is sufficient enough to where I'll be able to spam all my abilities, but I'm gonna get the pylon anyway. Hey, we got a nice little baby encampment. Let's see what we can do here. All right, got the mission starting. That's fine. So we can look for some objectives. So this is what I used to love doing, was you pop a smoke bomb and so much of the encampment would just die right away. And you can see, even though it's not a ton of damage, it's affecting everything at once. And that Dragon Slash is also allowing me to die very fast. Apparently, I have to actually be in the smoke bomb to heal from medicinal fumes. But you can see, most of the encampment taken out with just a couple of abilities is pretty strong. I'm not going to waste my one revive, but I'm going to run back to that spot because I definitely want to get the blue glow, get that pylon activated, and I guess we're just going to try this encampment again. All right, here's the plan. We're going to grab the blue glow. We're going to grab that in a second because it's going to take a second. Get a little bit more energy, so we have 120 max instead of 100. Grab this quick, Dragon Slash into the crowd, pop the smoke bomb, stay in the middle of it, use the Ravager against anything that comes up next to me, throw the throwing stars at the Mist monster. Dragon Slash is available. I'm really wishing I went with Dragon Scorch, and I don't have enough medicinal fumes for that. I don't even have my smoke bomb back quite so quickly. All right, here we can go in with that, and then smoke bomb quick. Medicinal fumes heal me. That was only like 80,000. Wow, did they nerf it one day, or is it just the discrepancy in power level since the last time I used it? Because medicinal fumes used to be, well, maybe it was only about 50k at the time, huh? I guess nowadays I just have more HP because we're all higher power level and grouped together. That's unfortunate. I mean, one basic encampment should not have given me so much trouble. This is not very impressive. Round 3 though, I'm gonna try it again. This is where I'm gonna get most of the gameplay for today's showcase because as you can imagine, repair the shelter being one of the easier missions is not exactly to give me much to work with. I need to hide. I have to build. There's no way I'm gonna stay alive with everything shooting at me like this. Get the Mist monster out of the way. All right, a little bit of a smarter strategy kept me alive longer. This is just not going well. You know, this is a great support ability. If you have traps on the ground, it's not that bad. I did not realize I was about to get healed. I literally clicked it and then saw my teammate approaching. But I'm gonna take this out. I'm gonna do this. We're gonna maybe just finish off the Mist monster, move on to something else. That's not that much damage either. Here, how much does one smoke bomb do to a Mist monster? Okay, yeah, that's not that much. It seems like it's healing for about as much damage as it's doing, which maybe is a coincidence. I don't know though. It's really good for like thinning out the herd, but back when that range was super big, it gave the smoke bomb so much coverage and it made it so useful for eliminating like a large amount of enemies at once, but I'm just not seeing it. Nice little subscription on YouTube though. If you guys want to subscribe, stay tuned. I try to have fun in this game as of late, and sometimes heroes like Plague Doctor just make it impossible to be viable while doing so. This is, oh boy, you can see why I'm not running this in like a Cat 4 mission, because it's difficult, you know. But this is really nice. Just cuts through everything. It's not a ton of damage, but it's nice, you know. I wish this is one of my top things for a buff. Epic said they were gonna look into abilities, and I really a fucking war cry. I gotta disable that from my videos, but they were looking into abilities, and I said that smoke bomb should be like one of their top things to look at, because I feel like it could be so much more fun than it is, because this right here is just lame. All of my abilities coming into play, and it's just going nowhere. Oh my gosh. The only healing I have is my smoke bombs. That is not enough. Look at this big, chonky enemies just walking through the smoke bomb like it's nothing. Take out the throwing thoughts just like that. And then I gotta track them all down. Am I gonna be going out of range of the encampment just to kill all of them? I hope not. Okay. Got that one taken care of. And then maybe we can just throwing star the last one. I tried to dash out of the way and it didn't work. Well, we did at least take out that encampment. You know, they were a little slower, a little easier to manage, but I'm still gonna call it a victory. Look at me being a good team. Did somebody else grab that and then run away? All right, I think the last two have been located anyway. Either way, I was not doing my best on the module because I was focusing on failing to kill stuff. How about a power level 250? Are these nurses gonna die from the medicinal fumes? Or not the medicinal fumes, but the smoke bomb? I didn't think so. Gotta run away. You know, it's weird. I have to like stay in the smoke bomb in order to heal from it. This is not good. Oh my gosh. This is so difficult. I wish abilities did more damage in the end game. The only way to buff them like passively and completely is like Jurassic can, but then you need to use Blast in the Past and you can't use the abilities as often. As you can see, even with Happy Holidays, the cooldown is barely enough to spam it, and it's just not that strong. And I just wish they did more damage, I guess. All right, the defense has begun, and as we've seen throughout just failing over and over in encampments, if you didn't know, actually, repair the shelter missions typically have way less zombies because you can't trap in advance. So you can't defend properly because you can't really see where everything's going to be coming from. So you end up in a situation where there are a lot less zombies to make that a little more fair, and it makes for a bit of an easier time. So these are missions that I typically don't showcase 160s like loadouts in because they're not exactly difficult enough to be practical. But you can see with nurses and the propanes, I can't even kill stuff. Like, this is ridiculous. This loadout is crazy. I should at least get a kill first so I can get shadow stance. That way I at least have armor, I guess, and movement. It's not super important. Oh my god, I'm struggling with basic enemies. You know, I gotta say though, if you put like Infiltrator Ken in the lead, and there's one of those positive modifiers that reduces ninja cooldown, you could be in a position where, oh, I'm not gonna be able to do anything to this. You could be in a position where you could spam big fat smoke bombs over encampments, or if that mission lines up. If the stars align, that's what I'm saying. You can get some really solid loadouts for this to work in lower level zones, but obviously in 160s it's not gonna work. Is Mateo gonna? Yeah, you saw it. Perfect. Maybe we can get him stuck on the turret. It's just gonna be a group effort. I think we're all using like wonky loadouts right now, so this is just this is like a smasher that should have been dead a while ago. I think it's the ricochet that might have thrown people for a loop, because it's gonna kill anybody who uses a ranged weapon, which are typically the strongest weapons in the game, but ranged weapons will damage you, so it's not exactly safe. I could have switched to a physical Ravager, but I'm honestly just kind of using this as like a hall pass because I'm scared. I'm gonna have to turn around and get blown up by a propane. It's just I'm just gonna die. This loadout, man. I wanted to have fun with smoke bombs, but this whole video has just been a warning. This whole video has been a do not buy Igor video, and please buff smoke screen video. Oh my goodness. I have never struggled this much with an ability loadout in... No, that's not true. That's not true. I will say, I've had as much trouble with, what's his name? Cyberclops. People praise Cyberclops, and I can see some of the advantages. Apparently, his ability, the Chaining Lightning, affects traps, which is something to look into for sure. Like Silent Electric Field and whatnot, but his commander perk is not enough to save Teddy in the 160s, and it's never been something that impresses me. Yet I have had so many people absolutely swear by him, and I don't know about that one. I don't know about that one. I got Igor from a birthday llama. Oh my god. That's a Twitch comment. If you guys ever want to hang out in these videos live, you know, hey, Twitch link down below. I typically record these videos like kind of a few at a time. So what happens is some of these videos don't really get seen on YouTube for sometimes 2 months or more. And if you ever want to see these live, you can basically get free content a little bit early. Ben's war cry. Just like that, where Ben said, hey, you guys want to hear my war cry? And that's the sound he made in our Discord call. And it cracks me up every single time. So I made it a war cry sound effect on my stream, and I forget to turn it off every time I record a video because the sound is like a pterodactyl that has a sore throat, and it's awful. I mean, it's a great sound, but if you're not ready for it, it's kind of awful. But I'm gonna call this video here. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time with hopefully a more viable loadout, but we're just having fun over here, so it doesn't really matter. And then